Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Wan Umrina Aisha Mitya Mustafa. I'm from class DCC40172 and my metric number is 11 DKA 19F1020, and today I want to present about virtual lab hydraulic water jet process. In hydropower plant, turbines are utilized to generate electricity. This turbine rotates due to reaction force produced when one or more water jets are directed tangentially on the vents or bucket are fastened in the rim to the turbine's leads. The impact of the water on the vents generates a torque on the wheel, causing it to rotate and to generate electricity. They study this reaction force, which is application and conservation of momentum principle is an essential step in the subject of mechanics of fluid and hydraulic machinery. The objective of this experiment is to investigate the reaction forces produced by the change in momentum of a fluid flow as a jet of water striking a flat plate or curved surface and compare the result with the compute momentum flow rate in the jet. The apparatus study momentum of the flow fluid is impact of the jet apparatus. Water enters the cylinder vertically through a nozzle, then strikes target mounted on the stem. A wet pan mounted top of the stem allows the force. The water to be counterbalanced by a flight, which water issues when the nozzles after striking target plate slip through the outlet holes in the base of the cylinder. The vertical force on the target plate is measured by adding weight onto the wet pan until the marks of the weight are correspond with the level gauge. Remove the top plate and transparent cylinder from the equipment and record the exit diameter of the nozzle. Screw the 90 deflector onto the end of the shaft. Connect the inlet tube to the bench quickly release connector. Replace the top plate and transparent top but don't fit the 3-knob nut. Using the spirit level attached to the top, level the transparent tank by adjusting the fit. Replace the 3-knob nuts, then tighten in sequence to retain the top plate level indicated by the spirit level. Do not over-tight the knot thread, and this will damage the top plate. The nut should be tightened enough to level the plate. With no weight on the weight pan, adjust the height of the level gauge until it aligns with the datum line and the weight pan. Check the position of correct by gently ascending the pan. Place a mass of about 15 grams on the weight pan. Open the batch valve to produce a flow. Open the flow valve slowly and allow it in pitch upon the target until the datum line. When the weight pan is level with the gauge and leave flow constant. Observe and note the flow behavior during the test. Now measure using a volumetric tank. This is achieved by closing the valve. Measure time taken to accumulate a known volume of fluid in the tank are measured from the side glass. Repeat this procedure by adding additional 50 grams each until time and maximum weight of 100 grams is reached. Then repeat the whole test for each ideal flow deflectors. To change the target plate, undo the nose screw on the top plate and remove from the transparent tank. Take care not to over-tight the nut screw when replacing the top plate. This can damage the plate. When finished taking reading, replace the deflector back to the first one used. Be sure to clean up your station and any water that may have spilled. Following the lab manual, complete the result table and put together your lab report. The data show the measure value for flat plate. The measure value for hemisphere 118 degree deflection. And lastly, data for measure value for cone 135 degree deflection. And for all these three The measured volume is 5 liters. Note: the nozzle diameter is 8 meters and cross-sectional area for nozzle is area pi diameter 2 per 4 and discharge is Q, volume per time, and velocity is m per s, and gravity, the gravitational acceleration is 9.81. And the result for plate is shown below in the table. And this is the result for hemisphere, 118 degree deflection, and also result for cone, 135 degree deflection. And then this is discussion, comparison of the four bodies with completing the table below. The loading N is 0.5, 1.0, 1.5, 2.0, and 2.5. And the calculated process FTH and the plate for plate is 0.33, 0.73, 1.10, 1.39, and 1.72. And for hemisphere is 0.33, 0.77, 1.37, 1.29, and 1.42. And for cone, 0.12, 0.48, 0.95, 1.37, and 1.37. Number 2, plot the graph of force measured F versus calculated force FTH and for different deflectors, discuss your graph results. And for the next slide, we'll show the graph result. This show the analysis for plate and the data 0.5 and hemisphere at data 1.0. And here show the analysis for coin at data 1.5. Discussion. Number 1. It is clear that the force produced on each of the vents is almost proportional to the rate at which momentum passes in the jet in our experiment. Number 2. The line should be straight for plate and hemispherical cup theoretically. Number 3. For the flat plate, the straight line through the experimental points does not quite pass through the origin of the graph, but indicates a small force when the jet is cut off. Number 4. This corresponds to a small displacement of the evacuate, and it is possible that the initial balancing of the lever was responsible for this error. And for conclusion, we observe that the force on vane is positively linearly related with rate of delivery of momentum. Our experimental was slightly different from standard theoretical value. We determined the reaction force on different targets and also calculated the rate of the flow through our experiment.